Hello and welcome to the Surely Belter podcast with myself, Callum, and the main man, Mr. Martin Baker. How are you doing, mate?
Hello, mate. How are you?
Not so bad, not so bad. Plodding on. How's you? All good? All good in the hood?
All good, mate.
So, we've decided to start a fucking podcast. It's been in the works for a little while. We just haven't had the battles today, to be honest with you.
I mean, to be fair, lockdown would have been the perfect time to do it. However, the conversation would have went a little something like, "What have you done today, mate?" "Oh, nothing." "What have you done?" "Nothing," because nobody could leave the house.
Oh, that's the fucking top and bottom of it, isn't it? Obviously, we're here. We've got a kind of a webcam recording, one microphone between the two of us at the minute, which we're in time we'll look to improve. And get the production a bit better. But since this is Ep 1, we'll go from here, eh?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, generally speaking, this is our normal night. The only difference is this is going to be recorded, which means thought has to go into it to not stitch ourselves up. And we would have just been chatting shit anyway, so
Just be careful on what we're saying rather than dropping ourselves in front of
yeah. So I mean, obviously not
Whoever
you.
watches
You're seeing it's more for me.
Yeah, my Catholic beliefs are well known around here. That's why I've got the Rangers thing up there and
Yeah.
fuck the IRA. Anyway, so let's fucking let's get in the mix of it, eh?
To start off with, I sort of want to dive into what your concerns are, or like what would you be most worried about starting a podcast or talking. Have you ever spoke in this sort of scenario?
It's well, I'm pretty sure it came across in the first 2 minutes of it. the old awkwardness just while that's recording.
Yes.
It's just the sooner we forget that that's there and we're just fucking chatting shit as normal.
Yeah.
It'll be fine, but
I mean, you've had a little bit of experience on camera, like on Twitch and stuff. Did you have your face cam on then?
I did.
Yeah. See, so for me, this is all new. For anybody who does watch this, there's a camera there, but I can see myself left. So if I go cross-eyed at any point, that's why.
Wait, you want to look at that hunk of a chopper all the time, aren't you? Look at it.
Yeah, true.
You
Gaza is behind us. You can only see his legs.
I keep catching my eye myself. Who's that baldy fucking beaut?
Yeah, it's not Dwayne Johnson. It is me.
What the hell?
So, one thing because when we were talking about doing this, the one thing that I've definitely never done for many years, and it's something which when I hear it, it's always really unsettling. It's hearing your own voice on a recording, because I'll hear myself and I go, well, that's not my accent for a start, and that's not the tone of my voice. So
that's not how I sound. What you're on about?
No. Well, that's not me.
Well, that's it. I've definitely noticed ever since I started working in Wall's End that especially when things like this happen or I go on the phone, I don't talk normal anymore. I talk like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm from Newcastle. Know what I mean? Like. Yeah, and I do. Every time I'm on the phone or like this, when I know something's happening, me tone changes, everything changes from my normal voice, which probably in this I'll dip in and out. I'll go proper Geordie, and then from like where we're from in between Newcastle and Durham,
half inbreds.
Gobsmacked. I'm gobsmacked.
Well, because we're sort of like at that point where if we go to somewhere like Sunderland, they'll probably say to us that we sound Geordie, but if we go to Newcastle, they'll argue that we sound Mountain.
That's what I mean. When I
so
started,
we are pure middle ground.
When I started in Wall's End, it was just like, you're a Macam? What are you on about? And then you pick up the little tones and twangs at how they speak, and then before you know it, like I say, back at home normally, no to bother, I just talk as is.
Are you somebody who, if you're around somebody with a foreign accent, would you start?
Well, we both know the answer to this.
That?
When we went on holiday together in Greece. But she got a like a giorno.
Yes. Aye.
Yeah, we both know. We know. I know what you're like. I like you.
When I'm sober.
Not on occasion.
When I'm sober, on the off day that I'm sober, I probably wouldn't, but I think I struggle more to imitate people when I haven't had a drink. But if I've had a drink,
it just rolls off
I
the tongue.
slip into a new pair of slippers. Honestly, when I went to Edinburgh, I had a taxi journey. It was a good 15-minute taxi ride, and the taxi driver, who was a female, because we don't discriminate. Never. I had a whole conversation in Scottish, in broad Scottish.
Believable Scottish?
She had no idea I wasn't from there. She thought, oh, this is just my Ken. She thought, oh, he's just from around the corner, this lad. I was talking to her about haggis. I was talking about black pudding, full English Scottish breakfasts, everything. And then there was, there was a third party in the taxi, but
We'll move on from that
we'll
swiftly. Yeah. So now I think once, like you say, it'll take a couple of episodes to get us right in the swing of listening to our own voices. Mm-hmm. Editing back's going to be very strange, I think.
Yeah. I think you'll probably get more laughs out the initial one than me, because you'll see the raw copy, whereas I'll see the finished article.
Yeah, it'll be weird. I think it'll be a very strange opening to the podcast. I think once we start getting on the topics and stuff, I think it'll open up a bit more. I think going forward it'll be a lot easier. But I feel like, in fact now, I also almost feel at ease now in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I do as well, to be fair.
That is not.
We might as well jump into the first thing that we want to speak about. There's been a lot of sort of doom and gloom in the last year and a half with lockdowns and what have you. So I don't want to hear about the suffering. I want to know what got you through it. Did you work the whole way through? Did you?
Yeah, looking for me, I was at work every day. So to be honest, didn't really feel like a lockdown to me.
I think we were two
totally ends of the scale.
We were totally opposite ends of the scale.
I was at work every day. You were furloughed for a long period of it.
Yeah.
I was, like I say, to me, it was just all the way through. It just felt normal. So it's even to recently now, where before masks were not needed, I was kind of like, I give it all my I don't need a mask. Like, I've been to work all the way through it. Possibly over Christmas I could have caught it when our last had it. Possibly. But I didn't get a test or anything and never seen any symptoms of it. So, well,
do you feel like
I did kind of have symptoms, but I thought it was because I was sucking on an Aldous oil tube that goes up your nose. So
yeah,
I
thought that don't want to suck with your nose.
Gobsmacked.
you said you were sucking with your nose, mate. That was just something.
Depends what day of the week.
Never. I'm a holy man. So now that masks are sort of like, they're not made redundant, but it's very much sort of like on a personal level of, do you want to wear one, do you not? Do you feel more weird now not wearing one even though they're not allowed?
No, definitely not. Do you like?
Yes. Because I wore one the whole way through. Like if I was going to shops and stuff. But it wasn't so much for me, it was more for the people looking at us. Because
social perception.
I didn't want people like walking around with like a cross, like going,
wide berth and
stay away from him, because they do tend, like, I know you suffer with it as well, but I obviously get really bad hay fever. So I used to get, in the first lockdown, I remember being stood in the queue in Tesco, which was obviously all outdoors because you had
2 meters apart.
Yeah, because you had to queue to get in. So sometimes I would fake a phone call and just go, oh yeah, my hay fever was really bad, because I'd be going because I'd be coughing or like sniffing loads, and I would see people look, that's not so bad. It needs to go into fucking leprosy.
I think that's still a thing for me. It is anyway. The whole coughing, like, it's not on that up. It's the cough. For me, COVID's all to do with a cough in my head. Like if I hear a cough, I'm like, like you said. But the rest of it, I don't really give a shit about. It's just like coughing in public. It's mad. It's mad. Who would have thought like, I kind of cough in public? A year ago. Well, I mean, more than a year ago now. Like 18 months ago.
But see, often even now, because of where I work, my shop's so dark inside. If it's with us having like such a bright summer, I'll walk out from the darkness into the light and I'll just sneeze. Yeah. It's just because of the change in light that just sort of like catches us off guard, obviously mixed with the hay fever. And I'll walk out and I've got like do
Look
double
around,
take to look and see if people are
Wasn't me.
ready with like a fire extinguisher just to hose us down. It does sort of make you feel.
It does.
I would definitely say I'm probably more aware now of the things that I do around people than what I was beforehand.
Yeah.
But I can't really. It's hard now to imagine what it was like before.
See, for me, more aware would mean I would be more. I'm not doing that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really, care that much. In all honesty, I'll do whatever.
I think
apart from coffins, like I said, the coffins the one getting me.
I think mine's more from a outside perspective. So I don't look at things of. I'll not do that because I don't want to do that. I'll look at it. I'll go. Oh, I'll not do that because of
someone down there.
How it's going to make somebody else like feel or like look at us, which has its pros and cons because it obviously means that you're socially aware of it, but then you shouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm in the camp now where I just didn't give a shit. To start with, before lockdowns, like I was saying to my father, like you need to pay attention to this, like something's gonna happen with this, and then it went on a bit, and by the time it was worst, I was kind of over it because at the start with I was like, no, there's something going on here. There's something quite not right. It's not right. It's spreading too quickly. But yet my father's just like, don't worry about it. It'll be alright, man. Don't worry about it. No, man. I kept delusional. I kept calling him delusional. I was like, you're delusional? I was like, it's all over the news for a reason. And you know what my father's like. And then now I think he's at the opposite, or was kind of at the opposite end where he was very kind of. Whether that's because of my mother or not, it's a different story. Like, but he was kind of very like. But at the beginning of it, he was like, I couldn't give a shit. Couldn't give a shit.
See, I've went full circle. I've went the other way. I've went from caring a lot and being like, very much like, listen to what Boris says.
Aye.
Do what he says. If he tells me to stay indoors, I will stay indoors. Because, I mean, from a simple level, you've got to look at it and go, right, these people are in power. They know a lot more than us. Am I just going to listen to
Dave around the corner
and his last Jennifer going, oh no, didn't worry about it, man, everyone's going to be alright? Or you're going to go, oh, we'll have on this Prime Minister there with any expenditure of money and scientists.
Big SOS signs up like that.
Stay indoors. If you can work from home. you can stay home, stay home. You can't stay at home, go to work. So that was essentially what I did. I followed it like to a T, almost to a fault.
Just a quick refreshment on it.
But when it came to second lockdown, my opinion of it was very much sort of like, I felt a little bit misled during the first one because it clearly hadn't worked.
Yeah.
The first lockdown clearly hadn't worked. So
but the money back in the economy type shade.
As soon as they started saying, look, everyone go out.
Eat out to help out.
Eat out to help out. And then we'll complain about the tests spiking after that. As soon as that happened, I was like, look, I'm on my own, I'll just do whatever I want. No. So I'm not going to be going around licking door handles. But I will
licking each other, coughing in people's
faces. But I will
be
seeing the people that I care about. Because,
that's
what a lot of people did, like myself. I basically shut myself away from, what was it, March through
months, wasn't it? Months?
Whatever it was.
That time when we went to go on a bike ride was the first time basically
at
that time, wasn't
it? Yeah, that was literally the first time I'd seen somebody other than my dad who lived with us.
And that was like 3-4 months maybe?
That was
March to the lockdown, wasn't it? So it was in the summer, it was probably June, July when we went to go for that bike ride, and luckily one of the bikes fucked so we didn't have to do exercise like.
I know. Yeah, we'll just pretend that we weren't excited about that.
But no, I think the other thing that kind of got us both through lockdown, I'd say, was playing Warzone, pretty much.
Yeah.
Getting on and drinking with the boys.
Yeah, especially for me, because obviously you were still at work. I wasn't. That was sort of like, I was taken back to being like 13, 14.
Yeah, but definitely.
But with a bottle of whiskey.
Well, that's it, you were going through whiskey.
Yeah, I was going through like 3 bottles. Small bottles. Small bottles.
Just remember.
Yeah, I know, I'm just
Alcohol Anonymous are on the phone tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was going to do 3 bottles a week.
Yeah, month. Yeah, supposedly, I was having 3 bottles a week, and it did get to the point where me local news agents would phone, "Are you alright? Because you haven't been in for 2 days. Are you sure you are? The ice is building up here.
We'll put
I
extra.
need you.
We'll put extra orders in for you.
We've been calling you the polar bear. Just come and get our ice." So I would definitely. The start of Warzone was Warzone. There'll be a lot of that, by the way. The start of Warzone was like a blessing because
unbelievable.
It was such a big escape.
Do you know what it is? The thing is, Call of Duty couldn't have timed it at a better point.
Nah.
They couldn't have timed it better if they tried. In fact, I would go as far as saying they started coronavirus.
Because it was to make sure that their free game got as many eyes.
Yeah, because every man and the dog was on it. Every man. I wasn't even a big Call of Duty player.
No, you weren't.
I was Xbox for FIFA. That'll do. I'll play a few games of FIFA. I'll throw it away. I ended up going buying a full PC just to fucking try and get better frames per second on a Call of Duty, which now I never play anyway. But we'll get onto that.
Yes.
And the beginning of Warzone was just the Grau MP5 with a bottle in your hand. Was just it was
Friday night with the boys. For me it was probably closer to 6 days a week with the boys, but especially for people like you, you'd get that one day where you go, no, look at Whiskey Fridays. We'd all jump on and we'd play from as soon as people finish work to like the early hours of the morning, and then you had Saturday to sort of like recover.
Saturday morning because everyone was back on midday. Back on the Corona, that's what I drank all through.
But that was sort of like the highlight of the day was getting that "Who's on" text.
Everyone.
If you got that "Who's on" text,
everyone's straight on in there,
and you were just sitting there, slump with your TikToks. You'd be like, right, me, straight on.
And then if you were too late, it was squad full.
What
am I gonna do with myself now?
Being the 5th man.
Aye.
Well, I was sort of but our group sort of changed a lot because it started off where we struggled to fill a lobby, and then we had to create a group.
It evolved so quickly that
the
ball just kept rolling.
Just to make sure everyone could play, because when we started doing custom games, if you remember, we had to do custom games on a Friday.
Not Warzone,
just so people weren't left out, because there was that many of us that were like, no, we all sort of want to get into it.
Want to play together as well. I mean, how many people are in our Whiskey freaking Warzone Friday group?
Exactly.
16? Maybe more.
So.
Maybe even more. Because like Adam and that's still in there.
And they've honestly been they were the highlights.
Of
especially Lockdown 1.
Lockdown 1 was prime.
I would say probably not so much Lockdown 2 because things changed a bit, but definitely Lockdown 1. That group and what we were playing. I mean, we would hammer each other all night, and you would just laugh. You would laugh from like, well, I mean, for me it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. For you, it was probably 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You started in the evening. I was a bit.
I got on. Everyone's already pissed. I'm like, for God's sake! I want to play catch up, trying to neck bottles off.
I was up with the sun. I was like, the birds are tweeting. That's enough for me.
But that Lockdown 1, even the banter between everyone, like, because looking back then, like, if you think about our group, I didn't know a lot of them.
No, but
any of them?
You didn't.
Mainly you.
No. There's a lot of people that we're close to now who we would probably never have ended up speaking to had it not been because of lockdown. And they're people who we didn't speak to out of like necessity, or they still live 30-40 mile away. Yeah. But we speak to them on a daily basis.
Just purely because of Warzone and how that lockdown, everyone was in the same mentality. Yeah. Though. Everyone had the same mentality.
It was so fun, man. When the game first came out, I mean, when it first came out, there was a lot of things wrong with it, but
it was fun with it though.
It was fun.
It wasn't like,
it wasn't try hard. It was like, I can remember celebrating the first ever win that we got.
Proper celebrating though, not just like, another win. It's fucking, we done it, boys! Get in there!
And then the first ever back-to-back.
I mean,
I don't know if
my back to back wasn't until.
Yeah,
I don't even think it was lockdown 1.
I don't think you were part of the first back to back. But now you would play it and go, "Oh, I'm disappointed."
You're pissed off if you didn't win.
Yeah, that's
It's
exactly how it is now.
If you don't win, it's a hacker.
Yeah, that's exactly how you feel.
I feel like that's how everyone's mentality is, though. Even they're not hacking. They've got good shots. They're a better player than you, but they're hacking. But I think that's because of how many hackers are in the game.
But I'll play devil advocate, right?
Devil advocate.
Yeah.
Devils.
No, just that. There's only one. There's only one, mate. I don't believe in two devils. I believe in one sole purpose of evil. Right? And he's normally whispering.
Very close to you.
He's normally whispering sweet nothings into me. Just stay away. I call him Nike.
I know, it's me.
Do you think that there is legit?
That joke's just dropped on me, by the way. It's Nike, just do it. And the penny just, as I was taking my drink, I went, I've just got that.
I was a slow burner. Do you think that there is legitimately that many hackers, or do you think that people have just played it that much that there's a lot? I would argue that there's maybe a higher skill base to the game.
I would say wall hacks are a lot more common, but aimbot is less common. I'd say wall hacks, I think a lot of people have got wall hacks.
Yeah.
A lot of people, because they're so cheap, so easy to get, that the fact of the matter is, why not know where everyone is on the map?
The same as this Cronus.
The Cronus thing?
Cronus.
For console, just like
Mm-hmm.
nothing moves. You know where somebody is, they're dead.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And like, say, you go on Amazon and you can get one for 40 quid. Like, little Billy and Timmy who are 15, 16, say at the moment, okay, I spent 20 quid on Amazon. Yeah, no worries. It keeps them shut for a little bit, doesn't it? Next thing you know, they're cheating on Warzone. And then there's me and you, who are sort of exceeding our years of
sat there with like war paint on,
you know,
full camo gear,
drinking, like squinting at the screen, like, where's he at?
got my contact lenses and my glasses on.
Just to see where they are, and then there's little Billy and Timmy going, oh, he's behind that, and next thing you know, you're lasered. I don't know, I do think there's a lot more hackers in it. I think it's getting worse, because basically there's no anti-cheat, they're banning people in waves, rather than ban people when they should clearly see
they should ban people when they get 15 reports.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there spamming somebody to get reported, all you've got to do is go and look at that person.
Yeah. Like look at like 15 seconds, like 2 of the kills. Literally, they should be able to pull up straight away. Right, I'll have like 2, 3 of their kills.
Look at the mark, like head percentage and shots and stuff like that. So surely you can just look at it and go, alright.
Well, you should see new account.
He's got a 97% head accuracy.
Brand new account, and he's gone straight to like a 8KD.
Damascus, level 8.
Well, hold on. 8KD, he's at level 4, but he's got all his guns unlocked. How has he managed that? Oh, he must have played a lot of like normal Call of Duty. My arse. My absolute arse.
See, because I would also argue that TikTok and YouTube kill games.
Definitely.
Because...
And also make games.
Yes, they can essentially make or break
because you look at like Apex now, where everyone's
playing
that.
When a game comes out, they make it. I think halfway through they break it, because what you'll get people going, "Oh, this game's the best game ever. You should play this," and then you'll watch your favorite YouTuber or TikToker, and they'll go, "Oh yeah, like look how good this is," and they'll play it. But then you'll get somebody else to go, "Oh, I found this glitch. You can walk through a wall here. Go in here." Nobody can shoot you.
That train station glitch.
The train station glitch. You get them all over. So you'll get people saying like, "Oh right, this is the best class setup." So people aren't even working to find out class anymore. They're just going TikTok. Oh, what's the best class?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Likewise, if we change the game a bit, if you went to FIFA, you've got people giving tutorials on how to get 1-0
custom tactics and stuff like that.
1-0, score a goal, and then
to be fair,
14 players are the ball boys on the goal line,
and
you can't do anything against it.
I'd say that I fall into that trap a lot as well. As when I open YouTube, I'm like, "Oh, this gun slaps, slaps," and you put it on. Realistically, it doesn't stop there. Just much better the game is. It gets 15 kills, and I'm like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then you use the gun over and over, and it's just trash. Unlike when you had like, I always go back to it because I think it was the best time in Warzone ever. Grau MP5. basically whoever you ran into had a growl and an MP5,
Yeah.
and it was just a level playing field. There was no bullshit.
Still.
Or they had a HDR sniper, and it was
Still.
kind of, it was Car 98. It was, I don't know. I just felt like it was better vibes there before. You know,
I would be a cowboy riding into Iraq on a horse with a pistol and a lasso, and everyone else has got machine guns, because I just stick with what I know.
stick with what you know.
I stick to the guns that I had at the very start, because
To be fair, like you say, when you look back, that gun slaps. It still does slap. Not that I've played it in God knows how long, but the ground just doesn't move. It's just that steady eddy. You know exactly what you're getting. It's just steady away all the time. The MP5 is a similar gun, but obviously they've moved to the Cold War.
Yeah, the Cold War
MP5 now, and that seems to be the new. Use this.
Yeah, I use the older one. I don't even use the Cold War.
Just to keep the.
Do you know what it is? This is how bad it's gotten from a personal level. The last 2 seasons, I haven't even bought the Battle Pass. And that, for somebody who's went from playing
That's your start. That's like
6 hours a day.
That's the exciting part, is building
Yeah,
your way through the
yeah.
Battle Pass.
And that is from somebody who literally played, I'm saying 6 hours a day because that averages out the days that I didn't play. Really, the days that I played were like 10, 12 hours.
Yeah.
Because
I
I would
remember-
wake up and have breakfast, I'd go for a run, I'd come home and I'd play Warzone until literally, I would like go and grab some food in between games.
No. That's what my weekends were. I mean, at the time I was living with my mother and father's, and then it got to a certain point I had to like whisper down the mic because everyone was in bed for like 3 hours, just pure. He's on me, like look at me, he's on me, he's on me.
I forgot that you lived at your mum and dad's when the lockdown started.
Yeah, first lockdown before we moved into this house.
So when did you move in here?
September.
Were we out of it by then? The first one?
Can't remember. I can't remember when the first one. To be honest,
well,
I can't remember the first. No, it must have been.
I went
Just
back
in
to
the-
work in June.
Lockdown started in lockdown 2 started December,
March,
didn't it?
May, June. I went back to work in June. So
I'm sure it was December.
because it
Lockdown
got pushed
2.
back, didn't it? You moving here.
Kept just getting delayed. It should have been before lockdown.
Aye.
It should have been before lockdown, then it got delayed because the person's whose house we were moving into, their new house was getting delayed. And then we just basically kept getting told, right, next month on this date we're completing. And then it'd be like 2 weeks before, we're like getting everything ready. Right, 2 weeks, another 4 weeks it's been delayed by, then another 4 weeks it's been delayed by, then another 4 weeks. It got to the point where I said to her, let's just look for somewhere else. But we stayed where we were going. I'm happy we did, in fairness, because it's a nice little start home.
Yeah, definitely.
Like we always said, it's not a forever home that we moved into, but we'll get there.
Nobody moves into one house.
Right, that's the top. We'll get there.
I would like to meet anybody who's moved into the first house and stayed there.
I mean, to be
until they
fair,
died.
I got this nice little man cave for it,
Exactly.
like, so I can't really
Got an
complain
office.
too much. Nah, the only thing I'll complain about is my garden size. I want like a football goal.
And
in the
Caitlin
back.
got to share her.
She got a dressing room. She got a full table and.
It was half a dressing room. It was half as my room.
I think, to be fair, yeah.
I was having my bed. in it.
When you stay, you do take over that room, but
Yeah.
to be fair, you know,
Although the last time that I stayed, you took over that room.
I did. Let's not talk about that.
Because you fell asleep. I said, Martin, do you want chicken wings? I want chicken wings. I'll wait for you downstairs. Still waiting for him.
And then I woke up here. Yeah, that was England Ukraine game. England Ukraine game, and I
yes.
had Argentina in that game.
I was because Denmark played earlier in the day when it was just me and you.
Came upstairs. No, that wasn't that game.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah, no, it was.
That was the Christian Eriksen game.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. Because I'm almost positive because
No, Christian Eriksen was like the second game in the group stage, man. Surely.
was it?
I don't know. You got me thinking now. I would do some research, but the time I take it in, the moment will have passed. So
Yeah.
no, I think Christian Eriksen happened earlier on. I think that was the. I don't even know if that was a game. I don't know if we just had a night in mind, just one of the many just
Euros.
piss-ups.
Euros, man.
Football was on. Let's
Euros.
just have some beers.
Honestly, from the start to the end of the Euros, to me, was like just one
blur.
long week. It was just one long week because obviously, as football fans, for us, we're like you wake up, you're on a day off, beers, football.
Lads, football.
That's what you do.
Let's
Lads,
go
lads.
Play a few bets on the racing or whatever. And get yourself to football. That's what it's about. It's but to be fair, through the Euros, we weren't that bad. I mean, I bought a beer fridge for it, but other than that,
I think we were really tame.
so do I.
We went
I
off.
think if restrictions were lifted though, you could just walk into a pub without booking a table. I think, like champs, it was.
Aye.
You can't even sing inside. Like you can't even sing inside. What type of crack can you not sing inside?
I know.
Like, I want to sing my national anthem with my team, and I want to say "How are the lads?"
Well, the thing is, they let us sing that.
Aye, and then it was Southgate, the one. No, that's enough, boys. And we thought it was because we were banging on the table, didn't we? And then,
So, are you over England losing?
do you know what it is, right? And this is what
I am.
I've had this conversation with our lads, right? I was I don't know what that
I
was.
thought you bottled it, Ollie.
I was
jumped.
I was more passionate about it
Yeah.
because in my lifetime, I think we'll see it again.
Yes.
But my dad's lifetime,
Aye.
it might be.
Might be.
That's why I really thought about flying out to Menorca, because if they'd won it, I would like spend it with my father
Yeah.
and just see fucking hey, we've seen the
Well,
fucking England.
I
in the
know.
Euros.
I remember after that final, because obviously we'd all left where we were after the final whistle had went, and I remember you being the only one that wasn't there, and I was really concerned. And when we finally caught up to you, it was like just watching a robot walk back to like his docking station when she came to pick us up. I was like, I couldn't talk to you. I couldn't get you to break this like tunnel vision of just like, I know I need to go to here to get picked up to go home. You're like just inconsolable. I mean, I was devastated, but I think I'd sort of, I think I'd always kept in the back of my mind, this might go and pear-shaped.
I think, to be honest,
I think
with you,
the fashion that were lost was really bad.
I kept it in my head that we would always do quite well against the Italians.
Well, I mean,
We got that 1-0 up. I think I don't want to blame Southgate, because I think overall he's an international manager. He knows exactly what's what. I just think he could have just let us go off the lead a bit more. Like, just let Grealish off the lead a little bit more.
We were very restricted.
And the other thing, which I said on the night, was the penalty takers. You know, I know Henderson had missed a couple, but he's a big moment player. He's a let me do it. I'll take that on the fucking chest. Sending Saka up, who even walked up kind of.
But he said he wanted one.
You're in a World Cup final for England. Are you putting your hand up? Fucking,
Nah.
You're not.
Nah.
I say I'm.
Mate.
I would not be able to walk and feel my legs.
Mate.
But I know for a fine fact I'm going. Give me the fucking crucial one. I want to be the hero.
Nah. I'm captain on a Sunday, and I will go sixth.
Nah. See,
I will volunteer to go sixth. I mean, not so much now because I've scored my last two, so now I've got a bit more confidence. But before my last two, I hated penalties. Always have, always will. It's that sort of like, I think because of my past, I've missed quite crucial ones.
No.
So now I've always got that in the back of my mind that, you know, when you do something, you go, I've got this in my locker. Like, if you do something good, you go, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
I've done this before.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that, but with bad things, you go, oh, I've done this before, so this might happen again. So if you've got an inch of doubt, don't take one. And so if I've got that inch of doubt, I go, no, somebody else.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong. I've always stepped up, but it's normally because they're going, look, as going, you take one. I go, right. I'll never.
I wonder if that.
If they tell us I'm taking one, I'll never go, no, please, I don't want one. But if they go, who wants one, I'll wait and I'll say, if there's 5 hands go up first, I'll go, right, fair enough, lads. If there's 4 hands go up, I'll be the 5th. I'll step up, but I wouldn't step in front of somebody who wants to do it.
I enjoy the moment too much. I enjoy the pressure too much.
Keep your limelight.
Nah. Not even the limelight. I could go first.
That's what I mean. Like,
I like the pressure.
Keep the spotlight over there, mate. No, I'm like, I'll go under the radar, mate. Honestly.
I like the pressure on it.
It's a confidence thing, though.
It's like when you play like bottom of the league. I find it really hard to get off them games.
Oh, yes.
Like, really hard.
When we played Top Club a few
But when you play top of the league, wait,
Aye.
I'm prepared. I haven't even fit in years, which lets us down. But in my mind, I'm there. I did have the bottle open a minute.
Is it in there?
No. I did have the where the hell's that bottle opener? I dropped it. Oh no, it's there. What was I saying? Sorry, I fucking lost your train of thought there. No, when you play top of the league, I always want to. I'm always there. I'm always wanting to be through.
You want to do it?
Win. But when I play bottom of the league, it's
not
not necessarily bottom of the league, because if they're a decent team, there. But when you look at somebody and go, "You're shite."
Aye.
Like, I know for a fine fact you are shite.
It's them ones where you'll go into the game and go, "I'll give 30% today, and I'll outplay you."
You defender.
They're the dangerous ones though, because
that's it. Because they make you look terrible.
Yes.
They'll like knock one off the shin. It'll go through your legs. They'll go through and go, and you're like, hold on a second.
I'm very much one of them players where I'll raise or lower my game
to who you playing
to me opponent's stand. So if we're playing a shite team, if I'm in defence, if I'm playing against poor attackers, I'll drop my game to poor attacker standards. But I think it's different for us, with us both being defenders. I think attackers, it works the other way around, because I think you probably take more risks going forward, but you can afford to get away with a lot more. Whereas if you take risks going backwards, you can't. That's it.
You're done for. Yeah. I do find when you play better players, I think, in my experience, strikers seem to get more annoyed rather than get better. They get more annoyed, and then you'll get the elbows coming out. As a defender, I'm pretty sure you agree. There's nothing better than going in for a nice tussle with someone. They're trying to hide an elbow, and you're just like, I've got the better of you, mate. You're in my back pocket.
I love it.
You can sling your fucking hook.
We played against Thomas Wilson on Sunday, who beat us 7-6 or 8-7 or something. You know, I mean, I scored. I'm not going to go on about it now.
Bullheader?
No. Backheel volley from near post. It was one of them, like, you come across, I'll just give it a little straight at the top bins, 30 yards out. Every time I tell the story, I said this to Josh Holland, every time I tell the story, he gets a yard out. I'm currently on 25.5 yards out. But they had a striker. He was one of them. He looked flash, but he's one of them that you can tell he'll either turn up or he won't. He'll either go missing, or like against us, he'll score a hat-trick. He scored 3 really good goals, but he'd ran over. I'd been tussling with him in the first half, and towards the end of the first half, he'd sort of give it to one of our lads who was like, "It's big. You'll know who he is. I'm not going to say his name. He's got a gay blonde, slick back hair. I think you know who it is." So he was giving it some to him.
Gays. I'm not sure you meant gay as in that way, by the way.
No.
just for a bit of clarity, he didn't mean he's actually bent.
No. So he'd been giving it to him, and he'd ran over and he'd give him a good old, like,
push. 2
hands in the back sort of thing. So hands up. Hands, you want to go? He says, you pick on someone on your own side. And he, like, said to Kate, he was like, "Yeah, let's go. So I was like, right, this is fucking it. So me and him had a really good battle throughout the game. We were hitting each other, everything. And it was really good. And at the end of the game, 90 minutes went, he came over, shook my hand, he was like, class battle. He was like, that's exactly what I like. I was like, mate, I was made of a tea.
I think that's what all good footballers do, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think anyone who plays football properly, you can chop them, you can do anything, and they go at the end of the game. Hey, fucking great game, that, man. And I'm definitely one of them players. If someone, I mean, it takes us a while to get over it, don't get us wrong. Someone comes through the back, you go, alright, I'll get you fucking back. What's your number? 11.
Oh.
11, right, you're fucking getting it.
If it's within the 90 minutes, I will do some serious damage. But with that final whistle goes, I'll shake your hand, I'll see,
yeah, I think
good crack, mate.
I think that's the main thing. I think that's where I think it's dying out the game, though. Mm-hmm. I've noticed more and more as time goes on that you can bitch and twist between each other all game, but come the full time, I think everyone needs to just go out and good game. Even if you couldn't stand it, but you was twisty as fuck. I think everyone should have the handshake. Just all the best.
Aye. Oh, 100%.
And I do think that because
It's one thing that we always try to do, and it's one thing that's always said to us. Doesn't matter what the result is, you go and shake the hand afterwards. It takes a lot for me to look at a team and go, I'm not touching you, like.
it depends what, because there are some shithouse teams. That's not.
Oh, there is. No, there was a few. I think there was 2 teams last season that I was like, you just get away from me.
No,
I want nothing to do with you. But
there was one when the game got abandoned by any chance.
yes,
Aye.
Although to be fair, they were actually good.
The referee shithouse.
They were good when the game got abandoned. It was afterwards because they were telling us one thing but saying another.
Yeah. Well, that's just fucking bullshit.
I know. But obviously, now that restrictions are lifted, it's a lot better. We've got changing rooms and stuff.
Showers, mate.
Showers are a big thing.
To be fair, I rarely get showered.
I never used to because I only ever expect to stay in the club for an hour afterwards, and I don't mind sitting there.
You've seen top club showers. You are definitely catching whatever
that is. Coming out.
Legionnaires? Is it Legionnaires?
Legionnaires.
Are you definitely catching
trench foot? Probably is.
To be fair, I think every county cup game, if it's away, showering out. But
aye,
you know, you look at top clubs changing.
I was good because it's
a proper block, isn't it?
It's a proper private facility, so it's well catered for. But like, I went in there Sunday morning, obviously rough as toast after we'd been out. Got a bacon sandwich, went and sat in the change room, scram me sarnie. And that was all from inside the room.
When we played using the Northwest,
the
Northwest Durham Cup, it was a proper setup where you could.
Yeah.
Did it serve paint in that in there or not?
I don't know. I daresn't ask.
Before the match, just like,
woohoo! If they tell me the answer's yes, I'm not turning up to the game the same.
You're no longer captain.
I'm no longer captain. I'm barely hanging on to my armband as it is. He actually texted us when we'd been out on Saturday and I went back out. I texted him and I said, "Are you still out?" He said, "No, I'm going home early. I'm having a takeaway. You should try it sometime. You're supposed to be my captain." I was like, I think I've just been told off.
I haven't told what you're on about.
Passive aggressive. It was like when like a teacher would pull you out of school and go, "I'm just really disappointed in you."
I'm not angry.
Yeah, like I just didn't expect this from you.
Aye, I'm not angry. I just.
Why did you throw that rubber at that girl?
Aye. Now, but being back, even like you say, back to the clubs, back to the boozers without restrictions, just going out for a nice jar.
Big thing.
Like Saturday, we went out, watched Gateshead, who I'm a season ticket holder of. You fondly follow when you can get there. We went and watched them play Newcastle 11, but just being out, able to have a pint, and not have to go, "Oh, I need to book in," or "Oh, we're not going there because we need to check. Like, we need to make sure we've got a table booked."
That's one thing that because I'm not a big booker of tables. I hate being held to time restrictions.
Impulsive type thing.
Yeah, like I'm rather like, "Oh no, let's go in here." Or like it sounds like it's popping off in there. Let's just go there. I don't like this whole, "Oh no, book a table. Everyone stay at your table." I don't like that kind of crap. And obviously, like when we went to Newcastle last year in August, there was no music.
It was just dead.
It was a table of 6. It was like being in a school dinner hall. Everyone was just sat around. Fair enough. I don't mind.
There was no background noise.
There was nothing. You had
atmosphere.
You had to sort of like just sit there, and you were very much like, "Oh, you can't." Can't speak too loud.
Even
can't go to the bar.
Toilet was like very much mask on, mask off. Do I need a? Is a one-way system? Which way do I go? But going back out on Saturday and just being able to go to the bar and go, "Yeah, pint of Coors, please, Jackie lad."
Aye.
Oh yes, get in my system. It was a breath of fresh air.
It really was. Like it really, really was. And even for people who don't go out a lot, I think if you'd been out when the restrictions were in place to now, I think even they would say the big difference.
Definitely.
And I mean, to be fair, like even when we went out, like we weren't doing out, we were still like at our table and that, but because you're a little bit more relaxed, everything just comes a bit easier. You're not under any false pretense. Like you can just sit there and enjoy yourself. You're not like, "Oh well, we've got to be out by X time because
That's
we've only got the table booked
Aye.
for an hour.
2 hours, like.
Aye,
what
so
we're gonna
everyone buy 3 drinks at once because you're gonna have to neck them
Aye.
before we go, and that sort of stuff.
But when we
like-
went out in that August, we didn't know where to go next, did we? We booked a few
Nah.
tables, and we're like, alright, we're still out. Like, everyone still wants to be out.
Mhm.
Oh, we'll try the big market and see what the big market's about. Luckily, we got into Filthies and then wherever
Yeah.
else we went, but at least Saturday it just flowed. It flowed a lot better. Right?
It
We'll
was
get the
more like-
Buster Low Fell, we'll have this, we'll
It
Buster Berkeley, we'll have a few pints. Blah,
It was
blah,
more
blah.
like, oh, we know this pub, we'll just go there.
Aye, we're not, it's good in there.
Aye.
Yeah, it's cheap enough. So it's $2.35 a pint in there. Bang, bang, bang. And I don't know. I feel like the atmosphere was more enjoyable to start with.
Yeah.
Even
because-
though,
because everyone's relaxed.
but even though there wasn't lots of people out there, the first couple of poozers we were in, apart from the last one where there was a do on,
Till he was rammed.
but it wasn't necessarily rammed, was it? It was busy.
No, it was rammed in the sense there wasn't people standing everywhere, but all
The tables
all
were
the
busy.
tables were full. That sort of crack.
But like you think previously, it would have been the bar was full.
Aye.
I don't know if that's
Even being able to queue at the bar.
just going to the bar and saying,
Yeah.
what you got like? I'll tell you what, I'll have a Coors.
Mhm.
That little, even like social interaction
Yeah.
was a bonus. Like, usually I'm awkward with that type of stuff. I don't know what I want.
Aye.
Yeah, what you got like? Tell us what you've got. Alright, right on. Carl on Foster's a Coors. I'll have a Coors. Get on. Cheers, mate. Yeah, 50 pence tip. Fucking do what you want with that. Come on, treat yourself.
Don't think so.
I know. Obviously, it hits them.
See, 'cause in my mind, I got 6 more pints. That could have been an extra pint.
No, but the atmosphere was. I just can't wait for like that type of thing to be back, and football to be back, and I'd be able to go out on a Saturday, have a few pints, go and watch a football, come back, watch the half-5, have a few more pints, and then that's your Saturday. And then Sunday morning, both of us play football. You know what I mean? And then you've got Super
Yeah.
Sunday. You're out for a few more pints
Yeah.
before you're back at work. And I feel like going back to what we talked about previously about lockdowns and stuff. I felt that's what I missed massively. And this is going to sound wrong to start with, was the not the drinking culture, but going out for a couple of pints like after football.
Well, it's just a social culture.
Like, aye. Going out for a couple of pints. When I say a couple, like, I mean like 1, 2, because
Yeah.
normally you're driving. A couple of pints, really high. Or
No, we don't drink and drive.
not anymore. And then otherwise you've got like 3 o'clock Saturdays back where you can put your bets on football.
Aye.
On a Saturday, you go into the football, you come back, you've got the half-5s, and not every single game's on telly.
Yeah.
I just feel like I think it's just a lot more enjoyable. I think you can get more routine of it. Even like when we go out at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, you can sit at the sports bar and you can have your few bets on, and you can look at it and go, "Oh, we're in here, boys! Like, let's stay up for the rest of the night."
Aye.
As where previous to that, what was it? You were sitting in the house by yourself.
Literally could. Well, I mean, it got
That
cancelled,
was the same, wasn't
cancelled for a long time, didn't it? But I think we almost got like conditioned to like fear culture of like you know like
Oh,
don't go near anybody else. You just watch it in the house.
I used to be like I said, I used to be bad for it, and then I kind of got over it very quickly. Because I was like going to work, and I was just like, hold on, all of us are in here. There's like 50-odd people
Yeah.
working this depot. Everyone's like this close to each other. I don't know why I went and nick on with the mic there, but everyone's very close to each other. No one's got COVID. What
That was
is
a
it
big
real?
thing. That was a big thing for me as well. Going back to work,
Unrealised.
it was very much like, well, I can sit this far away from somebody doing my job. I can sit this far away from somebody who I care about.
Yeah.
Because I don't care about you. Like,
I'm gobsmacked.
not you.
How
Like,
rude!
The people that I'm close, like people who I
Yeah.
have to spend my time around. I don't care about you in that way in terms of like seeing you outside.
And
of work.
also, you don't know where they've
So
been.
why can't I?
You don't know if they've been out seeing
Well, exactly.
Tom, Dick, and Harry. They might have still. Oh,
Exactly.
my life's normal.
I don't know Tom and Dick's Harry, but Harry's fucking. He's well known.
Speaking of Harry Kane, what's the thoughts?
Do you know what it is, right? I'm really, really torn with Harry Kane.
I'm not torn.
First of all, because I don't think he's very good, which might upset a lot of people. I think in the Spurs team, I think Son makes him. But in terms of like not going to training and stuff, if I'm getting paid to go to do my job, they expect me to go and do it. So if you want to leave, that's fine, but go and do your job.
Yeah.
Even if you're in training, kicking lumps out of whoever's there, go and do it. That's fine. Don't throw a hissy fit. Stand there with your hands in your pockets the whole time, but you turn up to work. You're getting paid for it.
That's
and
what.
He's not getting paid $9.50 an hour. He's getting paid fucking thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Go and do your fucking job.
That's the way I look at it as well. I say the way I look at it is, if I was recruiting somebody and I found out that they just fucked work again, what? So you're not that arsed, are you? You're not that passionate about what you do.
If you're a rival company and you're trying to poach somebody, you don't look at them going, oh well, pros. Well, he never turned up for training for 2 days.
Pros, he's quite good at his job when he's there.
Aye, he's a good centre mid,
but he's prone to spitting the dummy out. Oh, well,
nah, not
if you look at it in the real world perspective, you're gonna take one look at him and going,
not a chance.
Unless City have told him the only way you're getting this move is if you piss them off a lot.
Force it.
You force that move, but I say,
is it up there with Tarat turning up to? Where was it he turned? No, not Tarat, man.
Odemwingie. Odemwingie turned
up to QPR's
and then he just like found out he wasn't wanted.
Yes, that might go down as one of the biggest field transfers.
That's the problem he's got, is if this deal doesn't go through to City,
he's got to spend the rest of the season there.
He's got to.
Well, like his contract. Which
who's gonna afford him now? PSG. That's it.
They don't want him.
PSG. The only lucky thing he's got is Poch's there.
Yeah.
Is Poch keeping a close eye on the situation? Oh, he's not turning up to train. If City didn't get him, tell you what, I'll have him forefront of my attack.
They've just signed somebody. PSG. I did see, and I don't know how much. It was just sort of like paper talk. I did see an article on Ronaldo wanting to go to PSG, wanting to force a move.
Has he not announced where he's staying? Is he not staying? Have I seen that?
I mean, it was today that I'd seen it.
Oh, maybe I thought I seen him say that was something like announcement day, but that could have been for something totally different.
But obviously I didn't read into it because I don't read fucking.
Was on Twitter.
I don't read like pop news and fucking culture headlines. I don't. If it's from a reliable source, I'll give it time.
Yeah.
But if it's not on Sky Sports,
it didn't happen.
I don't believe it. If it's not on Sky Sports, I don't believe it. But one of the things that is on Sky Sports, Jack Grealish passing his medical. What do you think? What do you make of that? Before I give my 2 cents, what do you make of this? Is he worth the 100 million that they're paying for him?
How old is Jack Grealish? Top of your head, 25?
No, he's got to be older than that.
Older, do you reckon?
I think 27.
I need a quick fact check on this before I give my opinion. So Jack Grealish is 25.
So I was right then.
So Jack Grealish 25. So they're gonna get what, 6 years of him at his peak, basically. I personally believe. I think about 31 he'll start dropping off. For me,
for his style of play, yes, I think you're probably right. Once he hits that 31, he's a bit like your Bellamy's. The older he gets, the worse he gets, because what he possesses,
pace, the little acceleration,
needs agility, it needs pace.
The problem I've got
fitness.
with the deal is I don't see how he fits into City's side. As in, not in that he's worse than the players they've got, because I think he's better than some of the players they've got. I don't rate Mahrez very much. I think he does enough for the team, but I think Grealish is a better asset. However, do I think he's a City player with the pass and move? The pass, get it back, round the corner, get it back. No, he's not. He's a head down, beat 2, look up, what have I got?
Yeah.
Now, unless Pep's going to move away from his signature style there, maybe it's a Foden, a Grealish.
Would he suit with Kane up top?
That's what I mean, a Foden, Grealish with a Kane up top. Them two getting by people, putting it on the plate for him, with a bit more of a reassuring midfield of Rodri, Fernandinho and a Gundogan, bit more defensive, and just let the front three do what they want.
Yeah.
But do I see that? No, not really. I don't see that.
I don't ever see Kane get on the end of a cross.
What?
because
Well,
he
this is it.
doesn't he doesn't
You see
he
him
doesn't
for-
play as a forward
you
who
see
wants
him deeper?
goals.
Yeah.
He plays as a forward who wants to give us.
The lovely
Yeah,
little sprays. A bit
yeah.
like a Rooney went in his late years.
Yeah, that's exactly how I describe him. He is past at Rooney.
Yeah, a Rooney who
The way he plays, because
go
he
deeper
drops
and
it.
try and bang, bang, bang.
What game is it we watch? It wasn't that.
To be fair,
was-
I rewatched the Shaw goal,
Mm-hmm.
and the ball he sprayed out of the right wing was an absolute.
Yeah.
It made the goal, no offense. So I give him credit for that. Andy was in the box when the cross came in, so I've got to give him a little bit of credit for that.
Right. Okay. Right,
But
we'll
I
do that.
don't think he does that enough. I don't think he
But-
sprays enough and then busts his gut
The
to get in the
game
middle.
before Italy, which was that the European game?
The semi was Denmark.
No, semi was Denmark. He had a great game for a centre mid because he absolutely killed
He
Mason
dominated.
Mount.
He checked the ball.
Absolutely killed Mason Mount.
He took the ball. That was a little bit of what's going on there. By the way, if everyone's seen both of our faces
I
go,
know.
what's going on? The computer just decided to randomly shut off.
Asleep.
But I don't see Grealish. I don't say Grealish go to the next level under Pep. You know, I say he'll improve. He will improve because Pep improves players. But do I see him going to like Harry, like the way that everyone looks at Harry Kane, like he's up here? I don't see Grealish getting there. I see Grealish getting like. And actually, then again, I don't know because
Will he get
the
to
way-
Sterling's level?
the way I think about Grealish is I'd put him above Sterling now. But then when you put him in that team, is it going to be? Is it going to be a case of? Well, hold on. Actually, Sterling's a lot better. You just playing in a worse team, but you can drill past a couple
Yeah.
people. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting.
I think the problem that we've got is we currently, up to now, are looking at Jack Grealish as a big fish in a little pond,
yeah. Once he's in that
which we have seen with a lot of players. You have a good player, like a really good. Didn't get us wrong. Jack Grealish is a really good player, but he's the focal point of that team.
Villa.
He's not going to be anywhere close to being the focal point of Man City's team. So, is he worth 100 million to Villa? Yes. To Man City, I would argue no.
I'd say that the back of that was I seen something on Twitter today was when he got taken off in the 89th minute against Newcastle. Villa are 2-0 up. He gets taken off in the 89th minute. He's like that.
You should
Now to me it's a good thing because I want my players to be on that pitch for 90 minutes. I want I'm like that. If I get taken off, my dummy's out and my boots are off and I'm fucking throwing stuff.
History will tell you that I am the same.
But at City, he's not going to get away with that
No.
because the player who's coming on,
Will
Ferran
be
Torres,
just as good.
Ferran Torres, who's he's shaking hands with on his way off, is just as good. So I don't know how he's going to adapt or get away with that. I don't see how he fits into the team. That's the problem I've got. Is I think it's a great signing for City. I just don't see how he fits into the team.
I just, at the minute, I see him as not more capable, but as like a different version of Foden, because he is that very much like he will drive, he will dribble, but he's out on the left. And I know that they tried Foden in them wide positions before, so now it's just a case of are they going to just put him in the middle, let him do the same job, or are they going to kind of restrict him and try and rein him in to hold his point?
That's a good point because they had David Silva for years, who kind of picked them pockets up. Has he now just went right? I need to trust Phil Foden enough to do that David Silva role.
Because I originally thought he was going to move Bernardo into that centre
into
position.
that. Yeah, I did as well. To be honest, last year I thought Bernardo Silva will take over David Silva. Foden will go wider. Mahrez this side. Aguero up
He
top.
is so underrated. By the way, Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo, he does everything. He grafts his absolute bollocks off. I think he's fantastic. I really do. I think he's one of the. The thing is, he not only does he graft, he can find that pass as well. He's got that little reverse or that little go feint reverse and spray that wide that unlocks defence. I think Bernardo's unreal.
You said something on Saturday about Greg Ollie, which I would also say about Bernardo Silva. Just look at his shirt, and he's drenched.
He's
drenched. He will give everything for whoever it is. He will give everything.
He leaves him out on the pitch.
Don't get us wrong. I think Jack Grealish will do the same. I think obviously like Phil Foden will do the same, but I just don't know if he's 100 million value. I mean, you've got to look at.
I know they're saying it's his release clause, but
But I mean, how many players have
I
left
suppose
for less?
I suppose you look at the other side of it.
Like I say, he
If
is
you're-
worth that to Aston Villa.
If you're Sheikh Mansour and Pep Guardiola comes and says, I need an attacking player, who else makes them better in the world? Top of your head.
Well,
This is what I mean.
the problem with that is you've also got to take into account of other proven, because I mean Jack Grealish is proven against every team in the Premier League, really.
Yeah,
You could argue as much as
he's going to find
I'm
something
not
or
a-
foul, or he's going to
I'm
win you
not
something.
I'm not a Grealish fanboy by any stretch, and you know this because I didn't even think he was worthy of a start in the Euros, which will probably go against a lot of people's opinions.
And mine.
Well, yeah, I know because we discussed this, but this is why it's good, because you could argue there is you could probably name 10 players in foreign leagues now who would do the job that Jack Grealish should do, but you couldn't prove it because they could come to the
That'd be
Premier
a
League.
risk.
Well, this is what I mean. They could come to the Premier League and just flop. Di Maria did it.
Look at him in Paris now.
Yeah.
He looks like a world
Di
beater.
Maria did it. Memphis Depay did it.
Depay, Barcelona now.
At Barcelona,
Looks
just
a-
signed for
looks a
Barca
world
and
beater,
just
looks
scored
like a
a
world
goal
beater.
as well. Yeah, looks really, really sharp.
That's what I mean. It's a gamble on that. And is that what he's learning? Because Ferran Torres came in with this big reputation. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but Pep didn't seem to trust him.
No, he didn't.
He didn't seem
But
to
he
trust
never
him.
does.
No.
He will never ever. I don't think he's one of their managers where he'll sign a player and he'll go, right, no, like, I'm signing you for this position. This is your position. He has that sort of like Rafa Benitez rotation, but with actual ability, because Rafa is obviously, as we all know, just a Spanish Allardyce.
Just put Joe Linton. Oh, he didn't have Joe Linton, did he?
Ah.
But somebody on there just put Hayden up front and everything.
Ah.
He's fucking. To be fair, I don't like Rafa, so
No.
we'll swiftly move on for
No,
that.
I don't.
Anyhow, we'll come
You
across
argued that he was
Benitez.
more, you.
Well, better than Bruce. Yes, I still think he's better than Bruce.
Right, let's move on.
I still think he's better than Bruce. However, we're going to come across my section here. So it's
Right, hold on, just quickly before we touch on that, right? Just while we're still on sport, because usually I would spend a lot of time doing this. Have you watched any of the Olympics? And if you haven't, why?
To be completely honest with you, 30 seconds.
I have watched precisely zero.
I watched.
And usually I'm a big fan. Like genuinely, usually I will watch if it's on. Doesn't matter what sport it is, I will watch it. But for some reason this year, I don't feel like there was as much build up to it.
promotion.
Yeah, like I didn't know about it till it was on, and I work in a betting shop which is revolved around sport,
Do I
so
know
I
it?
should know this.
I can go one better for you. Do you know how I knew it was on? Do you know how I generally knew the Olympics was on? By TikTok in the fucking cardboard beds. That's how I found out it was on, and I watched 30 seconds of the Pat McCormack final
Aye,
boxing. That's
Mate,
it.
I've watched none of it. I've watched none of it.
To be fair, I'd like you say I usually like quite watching like the abstract sports.
Yeah.
That I'll never watch in a million
Although,
years.
To be fair, I've seen a clip of the English rowing team because they had a steering malfunction. So it meant that they veered off and just started going towards the side.
I seen it was like
Other
the
than
first
that-
time in however many years I won a road medal. Like.
My answers I was was it Kent and somebody else? There I
I
was.
don't really care.
They've
that
got
much.
fucking universities just for rowing. You need to get life.
Right, so now it's tells fact or false time.
Fact or false? This is where you're gonna put us through me paces.
So I'm gonna add a little teaser to this. We've got a little bit of gin here.
I didn't know about this.
If he gets it wrong, he does a shot. So it's as simple as that.
All right, yeah. Okay.
So I've got a little bit of a theme going on,
right.
and within it all, it's all to do with animals this week.
Oh, zoned in, mate. I'm getting zero wrong here. I'm telling you right now.
So,
Animals are me jam.
fact or false?
Right.
Elephants are the only animal that cannot jump.
I'm almost positive you told me this on Saturday. Because I argued against it. I'm going to say a fact.
That's correct. It is a fact. Yeah, that is true.
You definitely told me that on Saturday after a few drinks.
That was one of me ones I've had up here for years.
I can tell.
Probably why it came to the forefront when I thought, I know I'll do animals. Camels store water in their humps.
Cap. It's actually fat.
Correct. That is false. It's fat, is what I've got written down here.
Mate, you're talking to Junior Attenborough here, man.
Fact or false? Rabbits can't be sick.
False.
That's incorrect. That's true.
Shit.
Rabbits can
They're not even a real animal anyway.
literally cannot be sick. They literally cannot.
I've seen Bugs Bunny be sick, I'm sure.
No. Fact.
No, are we saving the shots to the end?
No, we'll see them at the end. I forgot about the shots actually. If I'm completely honest. So,
Speaking of animals.
speaking of animals, here's the mutt.
Hello.
Right, out. Fact or false? Some cats are allergic to humans.
I feel like, he's double bluffing us here. Because this could be one of them that is so obscure that it's true, or that just sounds so obscure. I would think it's true, but it's false. I'm gonna go with false double bluff.
That's incorrect.
Shit.
Some cats are allergic.
I tried big brain it. I don't know why I did, because I don't have a big brain.
Are allergic to humans. And the final fact or false? Currently 2-2. This is for the first point of the series.
Shit.
And this one, I saved this one last
Damn it.
because it's actually a fucking great question, man. I say so myself. Right?
Right.
An ostrich's eye and brain are the same size.
Fact.
That's incorrect.
You know, ostrich has got a really small brain.
The eye is bigger than the
Yes,
brain.
I know. As soon as I said it, you're supposed to give us a chance again. Oh no.
That's not how this works, unfortunately. So, shot number uno of the whatever flavoured gin this is.
It's not a double measure.
That's not how it works in this household. That is a single measure. Number uno.
Oh.
Number dos.
Oh, hold up.
No, there's no holding on.
Jesus, what is that?
This is precisely pink grapefruit and orange gin.
Where did Pommer come from, man?
I was looking at it. It said pomegranate fruit.
It hasn't even been in the fridge. This is lukewarm.
And last but not least, and I'm 1-0 up in the series.
I love how
Full that is. I thought you were going to say that.
that burp was brutal. I love how you filled it up that much. You waited until it was overflowing to stop.
It's not that. It is full. It is full. I'm not lying. It is full.
This isn't me trying to take my time before I have it, by the way. This is me trying not to spill it everywhere because it's that full.
It is pretty full. It is pretty full. You got these fucking big lips around it.
I wish it was the first time you've said that.
I'm gobsmacked.
Right, that's 1-0 in the series. Great series.
Come back better next week.
I'll be back next week. Stay tuned for more. Right. Would you rathers? Right. And now you can opt out of answering these, but each opt out is 3 shots.
I'll not opt out. I'll answer.
Because I think
Unless they are what I think they are, and
Because-
then I will not answer.
because
And I will not do 3
I mean,
shots.
I never included what you thought I meant about if you were in the middle, I purposely.
I was gonna say I refuse to answer and I refuse to do shots.
I purposely never include that one. There's a couple of easy ones in there for you, right? But you know, there's a couple like I want your opinion on as to why you chose what you've done. Right? First one, right? Would you rather be 11 foot tall or 3 foot tall?
3 foot tall.
Why?
That's like dwarf height, isn't it?
So would you rather be Genty or Rads?
Rads. I'd rather be 3 foot tall because I think you must be classed as a dwarf then. So you'll get the levy off the government.
I spoke like a true journeyman.
You'll get the levy off the government, and you don't have to worry about fucking bending down all the time now. You get you get ladders just to
Do
climb
you
up.
realise like 3 foot is like this?
3 foot is my Charlie.
Pardon me. Excuse me. Sorry.
And he's aye, like little fucking.
You could fight Hamza.
Aye, exactly. I'm like Hambullah or whatever he's fucking called.
That's what
I was.
Have you seen him when he punches his bodyguard, man? He's fucking brilliant.
Sorry, that's 3 foot. Easy. That one's easy.
Right, this one is that. This one actually requires a little bit more thinking, but it is like it's not bad. Would you rather be really sweaty or really itchy?
How really is really?
I mean, like.
What, like constantly like this?
You either like constantly like just really itchy, or you're like just dripping. And I mean, like, there's no colour. You can save your wet patches.
Right, I want to say sweaty. I tell you
It's
what,
just constantly sticky like that, all the time.
I tell you why. I'll tell you for why.
Your hair be wet all the time. I mean, not mine, obviously.
I tell you for why. When you go on holiday, that's how it feels.
I don't sweat in the sun.
See, I do. I'm bad. I sweat in the cold. Never mind the sun.
I am weird because I will sweat me tits up. I'm already the really sweaty person, but if we go abroad, I'll not sweat.
I will see, but itchy.
When we were in Greece, I didn't sweat.
Itchy. You're constantly gonna be
Not
like
one
this.
drop.
So you're gonna have chicken pox. As where, if you're sweaty, I'm gonna stink. That's someone else's problem. That's not you constantly going like.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. I can see that. Right. This one. I feel like it's not bad, but I feel like this is gonna really tell the difference between me and you because I'd seen this one because obviously I'd researched it and I definitely looked at this one and I'd seen one is you, one is me. Would you rather be 10 minutes late to everything or 20 minutes early?
20 minutes early.
There we go. See, I'd rather be 10 minutes late.
20 minutes early without fail.
Why?
Without fail, I don't know. I just like being on time. If I'm 20 minutes early, I can sit in the car. I can play TikToks. I can go in on time.
Yeah, I mean, no, that is perfectly fair. In my head, I just see me as being the only person sitting there for 20 minutes. Like,
Nah.
I imagine, like, in my head, like, that scenario was in, like, an office building.
Waiting for someone to come.
Was in, like, an office building, just, like...
Oh, I see, nah. I'm 20 minutes.
I couldn't.
I want to know I'm there. I don't want to have the anxiety of, like, I'm late. What they're going to think? They're going to think I'm late. They're going to think I'm late!
But then, in the 10 minutes late one, I just thought, I'll just be mates that will wait for us. So, in like the 20 minutes early one, I was thinking like dead formal. I sit there for 20 minutes, sweating.
And that I was thinking interview straight away. I don't know why.
Early, that's why I went straight interview. I thought, am I going to be... But for the 10 minutes late one, I just thought, just meeting the boys. And I'd rather they were all there ready.
No, again, I just like being either early or on time.
See, but my thing, I don't like waiting about.
I'm early or on time. Like
I know you are, which is why I included.
That's why I always sit outside your house going, where the fuck's he at? Coming, he said tonight. Fucking 10 minutes later, he comes out.
You text me tonight saying, here, right? I had my bedroom window open. I heard your car pull up, right? And I was in a pair of boxers.
For fuck's sake. I text him saying, fucking, I'm here. He says, coming up. 10 minutes later, I'm getting TikTok open here. As soon as I open TikTok, I hear the door shut. I'm like, are you taking a fucking piss or what?
Well, because I had to put clothes on. I had to put clothes on. I had
You
just
had to actually get ready,
I
is what you were
I
saying.
just put my contact lenses in all fairness, you know. For those people who don't wear them, like, they don't understand that sometimes it takes a little bit longer. That's all that is.
Waffle.
Right. This is probably leading on to like the harder ones because I feel like this one requires a little bit more thought, right? If you had to kiss a mermaid, right? Picture a mermaid in your head right now.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Clam bra, you know, ginger hair. Obviously, she's got orange hair, hasn't she?
Alright, that's just been right enough.
Would you rather kiss and have sex with a mermaid? Just add the sex with. Would you rather kiss and have sex with a mermaid where the top half's human or the bottom half's human?
Bottom half.
So you're gonna kiss a fish head and have sex with a Mary.
I'm gonna have a normal vagina that I can give it the big into, and then fish lips are like half the last. I mean, I didn't say that.
First of all, you'll never give it the big one.
I'd give it me 3 inches and try.
I give it a 3 to 5 working days delivery.
To be fair, had you not said ginger, I probably would have went fucking. No, I wouldn't have.
What are we getting gingers like?
They're not my cup of tea. Like,
No, I said, are you? No, I didn't say it has to be ginger. I just said, is that what you're thinking?
no.
So no, so the top half is like what you
No,
picture.
no, even still though, the more I think about it, you know,
So you prefer Keaton's legs to...
I'd rather go kiss
Oh,
them lips, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, so you don't like that top half. Moving on.
Swiftly.
Right. This one, I think you might have probably heard before. Right, because this is the one that didn't pop up in my search. This is the one that was sort of like resonating in the back there somewhere, and I've got a little bit extra cranium at the back here, you know, where my hair's not. If your mum and your girlfriend
Oh no, I tell you I wasn't answering any of these.
swapped bodies
I tell you I wasn't answering
and you had to sleep with one
I
to
tell you
correct
I wasn't answering any of these.
would you sleep with your girlfriend's brain in your mum's body or your mum's brain in your girlfriend's body?
I can't answer that, man. I can't answer that. I can't. Right, let's think about this. I can't answer that, man.
Sounds good. Let's get that.
What do you mean by brain?
I mean, like, it's Caitlin's consciousness.
Do I know?
Like Freaky Friday. Have you ever seen Freaky Friday?
No, I don't watch films, you know I don't.
Yeah,
Do I know it's her brain?
Yeah.
Or do I just think it's Caitlin?
No.
And then I go for family dinner
No.
one day and my mum's just like, no.
Like an abusive.
Don't
pass the gravy!
No,
Don't pass the
no!
gravy!
Stop touching us!
No, it is.
I know
Fully.
that.
Your mum's down here, but it's Caitlin talking to you. Caitlin's down here, your mum's talking to you.
That's hard, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it shouldn't be right now.
That's hard, you know. See, like, in my head I'm thinking like Caitlin's body, just because that would be the more normal thing to say.
Yeah, but would you have your eyes open? Could you not just?
What was the what?
Could you
what,
not just close your eyes?
what was the outcome of it? To save one of the save
No,
both
not,
lives.
to make the swap back.
Oh, to make
to
the
make
swap
the
back.
swap back.
Alright, so it doesn't fucking give a matter. It doesn't matter.
I mean, you have to spend it. Well, you can't spend your life with Caitlin's brain, your mum's body.
That's what I mean. So it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna have to do one of them.
Oh yeah, no, you have to do one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really hope
When they
she-
swap back, do they remember?
Really hope she's not listening to this.
When they swap back, do they remember?
Is that important?
Yes, it is. In my head, where I'm going with mine.
Yeah, but
it's really
you
important.
will know.
I know I'll know. But I'll know
Yes, they'll remember.
Fuck! Because I don't want to say Caitlin's body with my mum's brain. 'Cause in my head, I'll know why.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I'll have known why I've done it. But now you just said they'll remember, that will just make my mum, like, I couldn't look at my mum again if I had fucking again, could I?
No. So
I'll have 3 shots,
go-
please.
you go over for Sundays, you go, hello, Colin.
Yeah.
And your dad be like, what's wrong with her?
I'll have 3 shots, please. Thanks.
Perfect.
Nah, as I'm having nightmares about that at night.
Raz,
Can't do shots.
I'm having wet dreams.
I'm gobsmacked.
I love how he tried. I love how he... For those who couldn't see that, he put it down single side up, but we've been doing it double side up.
Ooh, that's a bit tangy, that. That's a bit tangy, that. Hold on, that's the final shot? That's the final boss?
No. Let's just get this camera right. Let's just get this camera right. You suck that off.
Never. Ooh, that's a bit...
You rent a mouth and... Right, well this one's got to be the final boss. And...
I don't know if I like the taste of that, you know.
Mate, pink grapefruit and orange gin.
I kind of like the
It's
first...
not the one, like...
I like the first taste. It's the aftertaste I
Stop
don't like.
spilling it and drink it.
Yamas.
Yeah, Mass. La Strevi. And on that note, this has been the Surely Belter podcast. Hope you've enjoyed. Like and subscribe.
Hi, give it a like and subscribe, you know. We want to try and get noticed, blah blah blah, all that normal waffle. But I don't think it's been too bad, actually.
This has been alright. Just 2 minutes chatting shit.
Drinking a few
Just
beers.
shooting the breeze, mate. Like I say, we would have been doing this regardless.
Exactly.
The only difference is we would have had headphones on.
Cheers, boys. Thank you very much.